Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters, from anime, series, or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86 and today from Dragon Ball Z and S.H.Figuarts I present to you Super Saiyan Goku. And this is how it appears in the intro next to all the other Z fighters as he powers up towards the end. And this is a Tamashii Nations exclusive release at the store, so therefore it comes in the special packaging. On the back side of the box is a close-up shot of Super Saiyan Goku, and again it tells you that this is the Tamashii Nations store exclusive. If you recall, we saw this figure when I went to the San Diego Comic-Con, and he looked pretty cool there with the translucent body. This fired up translucent Super Saiyan Goku comes with 3 expressions, and you can see that it comes with 2 different hairstyles and many hand gestures. Looking at him, he looks kind of cool. You can see all the transparent pieces just overlapping with the other ones. But other than that, there isn't much to it. It would have been nice if it would have came with some special effect parts or that battle aura that comes with some of the figures. And here's the 360 of this powered up Goku. For first impressions, I really like the details on the figure of what he looks like, basically with this clear body. I'm really liking the Super Saiyan hair. It really brings it to life once the light hits it and makes it shine. And same thing with the body. The effect is not as good as you see it on the hair, maybe because on the body you have translucent pieces that are overlapping each other. So that takes away a little bit from it, but nevertheless it does look pretty amazing. Under the right light, he looks really amazing. I mean, just look at the Super Saiyan hair. I think that's really what's selling me right now, even when I saw it back at the Tamashii Nations booth, back at the San Diego Comic-Con event. At that point, he looked really amazing, and now having him in person, I'm glad that I actually went and got him. Looking at the body sculpture, it's basically a regular Goku figure that we now have very different variants of it in different versions under different names, but it's basically the moneymaker of S.H.Figuarts of just using the Goku body, changing a few things here and there, maybe giving you some expressions that are different or not, and the body is always the same. Here you can see he's got the same cuts and everything for the articulating points. So other than the translucent effect, there's nothing else special on this Goku. But if you're a really Goku fan, you know this one is a must-have in the collection, especially if you want to go for a display of having that particular intro that this figure is targeted at. Here's an overview of some of the Gokus with the different Super Saiyan hairstyles, just so you can see what the differences is in some of these Gokus that we have been seeing. So starting from the left to right is Goku, the legendary Super Saiyan. So in that one is just a regular colored spiked up Super Saiyan hair. Then the next one is the translucent Ghost Goku that was featured in the Super Saiyan Gohan. So that one, the whole figure is translucent, which is kind of where the idea comes to our main superstar Goku in the center from the Z Fighter Warrior. Instead of him being the ghost translucent coloring, now they color the outfit within the orange colors, same still as translucent pieces. So these two are basically the same 2 Gokus, just repainted differently. Same strategy of the translucent pieces. Then the next one is our Superstar Z Warrior Goku. So here you can see him with the orange translucent outfit as well as the Super Saiyan hair. The next one is the Saiyan Blue hair and the translucent pearl coloring. But the reason I brought this one is because the hair is translucent as the Super Saiyan Goku. The only difference is that this time it's colored in blue. So there you can kind of see how the translucent pieces go from the Ghost Goku to the Z Warrior Goku in orange to the Super Saiyan Blue hair. The one all the way to the right is the Super Saiyan Goku exclusive edition. This is the one that I picked up at the Tamashii Nations World Tour in New York City. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you go check it out. And up to this day, that still continues to be my favorite Goku. Just look at him in comparison to the other Gokus. And I really like how they painted the hair gold on that exclusive edition Goku. In that one, the hair is translucent, but it's also painted gold. So you're not really going to get the light shining through it like the other 3 Gokus, But in this one, it just reflects the light much better altogether, at least in my opinion. So there, the paint job just does all the talking. So I gave you the spectrum of all these Gokus with the different Super Saiyan hairstyles. So here's almost with zero light, just so you can see how the different hairstyles tend to glow. The translucent orange Goku body is very good compared to the other ones, just to capturing that glow. And you can see how it compares to the pearlescent paint color job Goku. Now let's check out what articulation points come with this brightly lit Super Saiyan Goku. It's got some really good head movement, somewhat side to side. This is as low as you can see, this is as high. So we're not really getting that much neck movement, mostly just coming between the top of the neck and where the head joints, which is a typical Goku figure. For the shoulders, he's got a little bit of the extension piece, not as big as we've seen on other figures. So this is as far as you're going to get to across arms. Then you have this sleeve piece that is attached to the back of the shoulder muscle. So here's your 360. And you can kind of see the piece that it moves up and down on the joint, depending on how you want to pose it to close out the figure. And again, here you can see this is as high as the arms go because you have the limiting factor here. It's got 360 off the bicep. There's your elbow. 360 off the wrist. He's got good up and down. He would probably have more if it wasn't for the wristband. He's got good chest movement. There's your torsional rotation. Side to side. This is as high as the leg goes. This is as far back as it goes. This is as far as the split goes because these little pieces here, they're hitting, so that prevents the figure from going all the way. He's got some thigh rotation there, which I never understood why they did this section into 3 pieces. To me, it just doesn't work out. So hopefully with the new Goku, we'll see if they improved in this section. We've seen some other figures that have done that section very well. Here's the knee for the first section. Here's the second section. And there's the full knee. And there you can kind of see where the bolts are of the figure holding the knee together. No rotation. This is as far down as the toe goes. This is as high up. So he's got some little inner rotation there, but it's not a whole lot. And you can somewhat get the 360 when again you have this little piece that somewhat interferes. And there are the toes. Inboard, which is really good, and then you have outboard, which is not so good. So overall, these are the typical articulation points that we get out of a typical Goku figure that has this particular body style. Like I mentioned, this body style has been redone for many different Gokus. All they do is change a couple expressions, or they mess up the outfit here and there, or they give you some gimmicky thing. But to me, it's still the same Goku figure that they've been using all along. I haven't seen anything much different, so we'll see with the new Goku figure that's coming out later, see what real improvements they did there with the joints. But to me, this one is your typical Goku as far as articulation points go, which are very limited. And there you go. Here are the 3 expressions that come with this particular Goku. The first one is a grunting expression, which is slightly different because the grunting is not in a straight way. If you see it, it's kind of angular, and I like it because it also shows movement within the cheeks, which is something that I don't necessarily remember seeing from other typical Goku figures. So that's why this expression is a little bit more interesting to me than just your typical Goku expressions that we're used to seeing. The next one is an action expression, which shows some yelling. So this one's mostly the typical ones that we see from Goku figures, but the only thing to note here is the intensity of the eyebrows, especially how the eyes come together towards the nose. The next one is the neutral expression. Again, one thing that I like about these expressions is that it shows a little bit more details that we normally don't fully get with the Goku figure. One thing that they all have in common is how they sculpted the forehead. If you notice, the forehead's got more detail, separating the forehead layer from where the eyebrows start to raise. So that basically gives more expression in the face. And same thing with the lines that are outlining towards the cheeks. The other thing that is unique to these expressions is, if you notice the section that comes by the side of the ear, that hair is particularly colored in a metallic orange color. I think they did this because of the Super Saiyan hair that's exclusively to this figure. So I think when the light hits it at certain angles, it's supposed to match this particular paint job. So overall, even though he doesn't have that many expressions, the 3 that they picked are really good. For this scene, I recreated the scene that appears in the opening credits, where Goku joins the rest of the Z fighters and then he powers up into his Super Saiyan form. Also, if you look at it, now you can kind of see how the sideburns on Goku kind of plays into the translucent piece of the Super Saiyan hair. Since it's more darker around the ear edges, you can kind of see how that transitions over into the plastic face of Goku. So they did a good job with the blending of the paint job. So that lets me know that they really thought about it, of not losing the illusion, which is perfectly captured here, as far as the color that they chose for the sideburns. And I also gave them the Super Saiyan hair that shows the energy coming from the bottom up, pulling his hair in the up direction, which is the second hair set that came with this particular Goku. Hopefully the light can capture the reflection of showing that energy glow that he gets at that particular scene of him being powered up. So hopefully all the translucent pieces are coming in together for you. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. He does look really nice actually. For this scene, I added the shock impact parts that come as a different S.H.Figuarts accessory package, just so you can see the full image of what this figure is really going for. So you can see all the energy aura just gravitating from Goku. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. Overall, the figure is really nice and everything. And if you're going to recreating that particular intro with all the Z fighters, then this is the best figure to do it with. Other than that, he's really just a regular Goku with the special clear pieces. So don't feel too bad if it's not in your collection. But again, if you're a big Goku fan and you love Goku figures, then this is really one that you want to get your hands on. It all depends on how you see it and what you're trying to do with your collection. For this scene, I have Goku rushing through the air. Here you can see that he is ready to attack. I gave him the grinning expression. And the one thing that I like about this particular angle is that you can really see the figure in total glow. Now that the figure is up in the air where you can get all the light coming in at different angles, you can kind of see where this figure really starts to shine versus a regular Goku body that is non-translucent. Because this one's translucent, now all the light is able to gravitate towards the body and it's able to give you that glow, which is really what the point of this figure really is. And now you can see why this figure is a must-have, especially if you're a giant Goku fan. This is the one particular trait that none of the other Goku figures is able to capture up to this point. That is why it made me want to get this figure, just to have this exclusive capability from the Goku figures. Now you can really see how the figure is really shining, and it really brings it to life actually. If we was to post it next to a regular Goku, you will see the huge difference. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on this exclusive Goku figure that is only found at the Tamashii Nations store, which really sucks because you physically have to go in there and get it. It actually surpasses my expectation, and honestly it looks a lot better in person, and it's looking a lot better than when I first saw it at the Tamashii Nations booth back in the San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm not surprised that we have this particular one, especially when we got the Ghost Goku from the Gohan figure. If you remember that video, and if you haven't seen my video, I suggest you go check it out. That Gohan figure is really amazing, along with the special translucent Goku that you get with it. You're basically getting 2 figures with one, and Gohan's Super Saiyan hair in there looks really amazing. For this scene, I have Goku doing the Kamea wave. I gave him the action expression where he's yelling as he has just launched the Kamea wave. I swapped out the hairpiece for the one that shows the hair going back, just to show the impact of this massive energy blast. I also added the impact effect parts as well as the energy aura, just to show the massive aura that the Super Saiyan is displaying on this very powerful Kamea wave. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on the special Goku figure. Are you planning on getting it, or do you have enough Goku figures in your collection already? I like it more now that I have it in person than when I first saw it at the display at the San Diego Comic-Con, because I really like the translucent body. I think this was a nice added feature on the special Goku figure. Even though you're not getting any new articulating points or any new crazy expressions that we haven't seen before, the only special thing that you're getting here is the translucent orange body as well as the translucent Super Saiyan hair, which is the purpose of the figure, especially if you want to recreate that intro scene which is basically the specialty of this figure, is just to show the Goku body glowing and the Super Saiyan form, and it does it very well. So the figure had one job to do it, and it did it very good. So that's why I really like it, and I suggest you get it if this is something that you're interested in, or if you're just box checking and you don't have a Super Saiyan Goku, I suggest this is the one to get. Because of the translucent pieces, it really gives you the Super Saiyan glow that the other Goku figures do not have at this point. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you have seen, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll see you next week with a brand new one. Thank you and bye.